a Shirley Temple doll. Why, it's Ideal's Patty Play Pal.
Chatty Cathy, all the tales famous talking down.
Barbie, you're beautiful. You make me feel my Barbie doll is really real.
Hello doll fans and welcome back to Beauty Inside a Box. I got a new haircut. What do you think? I feel really bald, all my hair is gone. Anyway, today I am starting what I hope will become a new series of videos which I am calling Dolls of the Decade. Basically, we're going to go through each decade starting from the 1950s all the way through to today and talk about popular dolls. The idea behind this series is we can have a chronological look at the progression of the fashion doll industry and see all the different trends and changes that have happened. Today we are starting with the 50s, the 1950s, which was kind of the beginning of the fashion doll craze. I do know that other countries internationally had started producing fashion dolls, but it wasn't until obviously the creation of the classic Barbie that fashion dolls really became a staple in the toy aisles, especially in America and the UK. Ta-da, here she is. 1950s Barbie looking absolutely fabulous. Now Barbie wasn't released until 1959, so she's going to be right at the end of this video, but I thought it would still be interesting to look through the 50s and look through all the different doll trends that led up to the creation of Barbie. Now, I have to say, most dolls in the 50s kind of fall on a spectrum between cute and creepy. There was a lot more of an emphasis on young girls playing out maternal, nurturing roles, so a lot of the dolls are baby dolls, but you do see the beginning elements of the fashion doll idea begin to fall into place. I think after the war, people were really looking for some glamour and some escapism, which would really set the stage for the fashion doll revolution. If you love dolls as much as I do and you don't want to miss any episodes in this series, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video and check me out on Instagram and TikTok. But anyway, let's discuss some popular dolls from the 1950s. It's going to be really neat. Is neat something they used to say in the 50s? I don't know. Okay, I've actually just googled some 50s slang. So I'm gonna say this video is gonna be a ball. It's gonna be far out. It's gonna be hip. Wow, these slang words really do not suit me. Anyway, let's get started. The first doll we're gonna talk about is Tiny Tears, which came out in 1950, and this was a baby doll which could actually cry and drink its bottle, and you can change its nappy. Fun! I have to say, the doll is beautifully laid out in this little kind of carrying case, this box, and she even comes with some Kleenex tissues, which is quite cute. Even though this doll does come with like clothes and different fashions to wear, it is very much a baby doll and not a fashion doll. But Tiny Tears is a doll which is still made today, I believe, so it's crazy just to think how long this line has lasted in some form or another. Next up we have Sweet Sue from 1951, and this doll is definitely leaning more towards a fashion doll aesthetic. There's obviously more of a focus on clothing, but it still has quite a kind of baby-like face. This advert here is advertising the fact that you can wash her hair. Was that not something that you could do with your dolls before? Anyway, and you can wave it and comb it and curl it. The doll can also walk, which is pretty impressive. I'm guessing it would need some assistance from whoever's playing with her. And also the doll only cost $7.98, which is really reasonable by today's standards, but probably quite expensive for the 1950s. I do love her fashions. The cut is very 50s. Even though she does have a bit of a dead stare and is a little bit creepy, I think this one leans more towards cute for me. What do you guys think? Next up, in 1951, we have Saucy Walker. Saucy Walker. This is a childlike doll which, again, probably aided by the child, can walk. And she's quite big. Again, I find this doll really creepy. I mean, the teeth are really off-putting, and her features are kind of squished. She looks a bit like a pug dog, but, you know, she's still quite cute. There's something quite charming about her. And she can walk, you know? That's fun. The next doll I had to talk about was the Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls. These dolls actually came out in 1915. So they've been around for a long time. But the dolls have come in and out of popularity, basically throughout time, and they had a massive resurgence in the 1950s. And here are some of the dolls that you could find on the market in the 50s, and they're a bit creepy. I find them a bit creepy personally. They're obviously not even close to being a fashion doll. They're not made out of plastic. They're more like soft toys, but they're quite cute, I guess. I also saw pictures of some of Raggedy Ann and Andy's friends, and I think they were trying to be diverse with these dolls, but let's just say that representation would absolutely not fly today, and I'm not gonna even show you images. Next up we have Betsy Wetsy, who came out in 1954. This is obviously another baby doll, and this one would drink and then cry and also wet itself, which is fun, I guess. Again, the whole draw of this doll is how lifelike it is and how young kids can imitate their parents in nurturing and looking after a baby. Again, I do love the way these dolls are displayed in the box and all the accessories and stuff they come with. Betsy Wetsy was incredibly popular, and even though I've never really been a fan of baby dolls, she's cute, you know, nothing wrong with her. Betsy Wetsy is just such a funny name. Some of the names for these dolls are crazy. Next up, in 1955, we have Sissy, who was made by Madame Alexander. And again, you can definitely see the beginnings of the fashion doll makeup falling into place here. Even though she still has a very childlike face, she's wearing high heels, she's wearing adult clothing, and there is a lot more of an emphasis on like hairstyle and clothes and makeup. And I have to say, this doll's clothes are stunning. Stunning, honey. I love this. I love this. I love her little high heels. I love the big hoop skirts. And the satin baby blue dress in the last image. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I wonder how much these dolls were originally sold for, and I wonder how much they sell for now, because they're really, really beautiful. And her hair is so beautifully styled as well. I really like these dolls. They definitely fall more into the cute category for me, and less into the creepy category. What do you guys think? Next up we have Betsy McCall, and she originally started her existence as a paper doll. So you would just cut out the clothes and the doll and place the clothes on top of the paper doll. But in 1954 they made an actual physical plastic vinyl doll of the character, and you can see her here in the middle of this image. She's really cute, really adorable. I actually think she's quite cute, and she wears like a cute little red dress. And then in 1957 they made a smaller doll, which was only 8 inches tall. That's the doll seen on the far right of this image, and I have to say, I think she's really cute. I really like the small one. She's got a really cute face. Again, it's still quite a childish look about her, but I think she's really adorable, and I love the pattern on the box as well. It really has that like kitschy 50s aesthetic. Love it. Okay, next up, in 1957 we have the Shirley Temple doll. Now, if you are unaware, Shirley Temple is a child star from the 1940s and 50s, and she was extremely popular at the time. She had a very innocent look about her. She had cute little dimples, curly blonde hair. She was so popular, in fact, that they made dolls of her, and here they are. Here are the ones from the 50s. They are really adorable, although the fact that you can see her teeth poking out in this image does give them a little bit of a creepy, uncanny valley look to them. Like, those teeth, I don't know, there's something really off-putting about them. But I do love her little outfits, and she came with a whole bunch of different fashion packs, which were all outfits from her famous movies. It's funny to see that the doll movie star tie-in started so long ago, you know? Now we have dolls of Paris Hilton. Back in the day, we had dolls of Shirley Temple. Next up, in 1958, we have Tony. Tony looks kind of similar to some of the other dolls we've spoken about, but again, you can kind of see the fashion play element being more of a focus. More and more and more, the fashion play is more of a focus for these dolls, as opposed to the like nurturing, mothering side. Again, I love the pattern on the box. It's very like kitschy, very 50s. The doll inside the box you can see is dressed up as a cheerleader. Love that, really cute. Next up, we have Little Miss Revlon from 1958. Now, Revlon is a makeup brand, right? Right, I'm not getting that wrong. Was this like some kind of tie-in doll? I think that's what it was. Anyway, she's really cute. Really cute. Again, kind of similar to some of the other dolls on this list. I definitely don't think the fashions are as beautiful as Sissy. Sissy is definitely the #1 doll on this list so far. But Little Miss Revlon is still really cute. I love her little high-heeled shoes. It's just weird, this kind of in-between where they half look like adults, half look like children. Starting to get a little bit creepy. I think this one kind of falls somewhere in the middle on the creepy cute scale. Next up, in 1958, we have the Dick Clark doll. What was going on in the 50s? This is such a weird choice. Dick Clark used to present a TV show in America called American Bandstand, which I think is the show which is featured in Grease. You know the movie Grease? There's like a scene where they're on a TV show. Anyway, and they made a doll of Dick Clark, and it had his signature on the lapel, and apparently this doll was really popular. Why? It's so weird. Anyway. Next up, we have Patty Playpal. These names. Anyway, she came out in 1959, and she cost a whopping $19.77. That feels like a lot for a doll, especially at this time. And she's called Playpal because I think they were intending this doll to kind of take the place of a child's best friend. She is 3 feet tall, which is really tall, like, you know, the height of a child, pretty much. And one of the features of this doll was that the child and the doll can like share clothes because she's so large. I don't know, this doll is kind of creepy to me, and it's definitely giving me Megan vibes. You know the new film Megan? This doll kind of looks like Megan to me. Anyway, next up we have an extremely popular doll from the 1950s. This is Chatty Cathy. She came out in 1959. She was made by Mattel. And she had a pull string on the back, and she could say different phrases.
We pull the rings, and you say 11 different things. Let's play house. Please change my dress.
This is obviously the doll which inspired Gabby Gabby in Toy Story 4. And she said phrases like, I love you, will you play with me, I'm all tired, tell me a story, let's change my dress. Please carry me. Please brush my hair. She clearly can't do anything for herself. I do think her outfits and hairstyle are quite cute, but the face still has that dead stare which a lot of these dolls have. And she doesn't really look anything like the illustrations on her box, but, you know, she's cute, and she could talk. She had a pull string, like Woody in Toy Story. Next up, we have another very popular doll, although I'm not even sure if you could call this a doll, from the 1950s. This doll came out in 1959, Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace. I don't really know what else to say about this. It's a vinyl doll, which looks like the famous comic strip character, Dennis the Menace. Next up, of course, we had to talk about Bild's Lilli. Now, if you know anything about Barbie history, you will know that Bild Lilli was basically the inspiration for the iconic Barbie doll. Bild was a German publication which would publish kind of saucy comic strips about the character of Lilli. And then after the popularity of the comic strip, they decided to make merchandise, and they made dolls of Bild Lilli, which was meant to be kind of bought as a novelty, like a gimmick. It's meant to be funny. The doll came in a variety of different sizes, and she wore some of her iconic outfits. Now the story goes that Ruth Handler, the creator of Barbie, on a trip to Germany, found this doll and decided to take it back to America and create a version that would be marketed towards children. The idea behind it was that instead of the doll letting the child act out maternal nurturing roles, they could now act out more aspirational roles. They could play with the doll, imagining how they would be, how they would look when they grow up. Bild Lilli, I don't think, was very happy when they saw how closely the Barbie doll resembled their doll, but in 1956, Mattel acquired the Bild Lilli brand, and then obviously discontinued the doll, so they wouldn't have any competition and Barbie could flourish. Now, last but not least on this list, obviously, we have to talk about the icon herself, Barbie. Barbie came out right at the very end of the 50s. She came out in 1959 on March 9th, I believe. Let me check. Yes, oh my god, I got that right. She was launched on March 9th, 1959. American businesswoman Ruth Handler is credited as creating the doll. The original Barbie came in two different variations. There was a blonde doll and a brunette doll. She came with a pair of cat eye sunglasses. She had earrings. She had her iconic ponytail and her iconic black and white striped swimsuit and black high heels. The original doll cost only $3. Also in 1959, Mattel released a whole host of fashion packs for the iconic Barbie doll. You can see some here and they are absolutely adorable. They obviously have her acting out different kind of chores as well as going to different events. There's a doll here called Evening Splendor. There's a doll where she's going fishing. There's a doll where she's going shopping. There's an outfit which is called Barbie Q outfit. Get it? Like barbecue. Basically, they sold loads of different fashion packs, and the original concept of the Barbie was that you'd buy one doll in the swimsuit, and then you'd buy loads of different fashion packs to dress the doll in. And Barbie was obviously a pretty instant success, and would reign supreme in the fashion doll industry up until this day. So expect Barbie to make an appearance in every single Dolls of the Decade video. Here she is again. She's Barbie, she's beautiful. This is obviously a reproduction. The original dolls sell for thousands. So there we have it, doll fans. We spoke about a couple of famous dolls from the 1950s. Please let me know what you thought of these dolls in the comments. Let me know if you thought they were cute or creepy. Please don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. Also don't forget to check me out on Instagram and TikTok. And click the bell notification thing so that you don't miss any future Dolls of the Decade videos. I will see you real soon, doll fans. Bye!